Hey, what's up, everybody? So, this video is just going to be me and Johnny going over Mula's deck that he built. He's still fairly new to the game, so we played some games where he's just we're slow playing, explaining the game, and letting him play through his effects and stuff and learn the game. So I'll make that a separate video where you can kind of watch it as a beginner friendly. I might do some extra commentary on top of the game. So that's coming as well. But this video is mostly just looking at, hey, I have a deck here. I'm working on it. What do you guys think about it? And Johnny and I kind of jump in and be like, well, let's try to fix this, make it a little bit stronger. And his baseline deck that he built was pretty solid. There was not much that we had to do to it, and I really liked that he's played a couple dozen games with some friends. He jumps on their Discord stream, just like, hey, what else can I do with this deck? Let's play some games, and we go over it. So that's what this video is. We're just gonna go. It might be a little slow, but I think if you're looking to kind of build a fire deck that's very aggressive, this is a good kind of video to start at. And before I pass you over just to the stream video, did you know that I have more people subscribed to my TTS, and I have more people, and I have like approximately 70 something percent of non-subscribed viewers watching my YouTube channel? It would really help me out, guys, if you just click those buttons, subscribe there, whatever your subscribe button is. I'd appreciate it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I might jump in here or there if I need to clarify something, but yeah, enjoy. So we're looking at your deck here, and it's definitely a fire-based burn deck.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I was just like, I
So
asked my cousin, I was like, "What's your favorite element?" And he told me, and I was like, "Okay, I'm just gonna build a deck around that."
so we have the eruption package with 3 Pandasins. The ambrosias are great with the eruption. Like these 9 cards together are very strong together. So that's good. Um, we have Necrof, which is your solid like early attackers. Necrof is great. Volcaries is a solid early attacker. How many hammers do you have? Do you have 2 hammers here? Just two?
Yeah, just two.
That's
Yeah.
fine for me. 2 hammers is what I like to run too. 3 Nogs is okay. We have 3 Boom Bats. I don't hate that, but at the same time, if you're trying to,
Just Boom Bat was like an easy like boom insta destroy card, unless like an effect goes against
um,
it. But like,
a lot of people will agree with me. This isn't like a fringe idea. 2 Trifernal. We want to get one of those Trifernal out of here.
one of them out. Okay, okay,
Yes, because so you might the only time you're playing Trifernal is if you special it with Blazarus's ability.
okay,
Because Trifernal on his own is not super great.
okay.
So he's a win more card, so he's great if you're ahead, but he's
Mm-hmm.
a little bit difficult to play from behind. I
Okay.
don't hate the 3 Hephaestus, and I have something that might be interesting to hear. I don't hate the Gorgon's Gaze. The one, two, oh, 2 Kindleos is fine. 2 Gorgon's Gaze is fine. So this is the rough deck idea. So you're trying to attack and burn out your opponent early.
Yeah.
Um, what I would immediately say I don't think is necessary. I don't think you need the 3 Boon Bats. I think 2 is fine because you're just
Two. Okay.
splashing the Thunder. And there's another thing you can splash the Thunder for. I think the Circle of Sky is not doing anything in this deck.
Okay.
Circle of Sky is not bad, but you do also. I'd rather have an extra Kindleo than a Circle of Sky,
Extra.
because with
Okay.
Kindleo and Hephaestus or Hammer, or even
Yeah.
Volcanic Forge Out, is both a destroy an Elestral and an aggro card. Because you can play
Okay.
Kindleo with Hammer of Hephaestus, destroy the creature on their board, and then attack them for 3 directly in their face. Because you just moved the 2 from Hammer to Kindleo. So I think with this deck, you want to actually add an extra Kindleo.
Okay. Okay.
And that, like Kinleo and 2 Boombats, I think is a solid direct removal package. The only thing that really stops this is Hammer of Hephaestus, because of the Hephaestus Hammer of Hephaestus interaction. But that's a little bit limited, and also you potentially have access to big creatures. Um, let's see how many cards we took out. 3 cards and only replaced 1 so far. The 3 Shields is fine. Shields is a pretty strong removal. couple
Hmm.
Gorgons. I don't hate Gorgons. I don't love Gorgons, but that's fine. Like turning off abilities can be super useful, especially if you're trying to shut off something that like a Kindleo that just got played that's gonna affect your board.
Yeah.
So Gorgons is not bad because I think Kindleos and Boombats are seeing a ton of play, and Gorgon's Gaze stops them from using their disenchant effects.
Okay.
Um, three Nogs is fine. Yeah, so far, I mean, this deck's not far from being like pretty well done, in my opinion. Like, it's definitely where I'm kind of sitting at for a red aggro. So, oh, here's what I meant to mention. So there's a card over here. Let me go pull one out of the deck that a
Yeah.
lot of people like to run in this aggro setup, which is the
Hmm.
Thunderbolt of Zeus.
Okay. Yeah.
Um, and
I
that's
like how you.
because it combos really well with Blazerus's attack, and you can search for it with Hephaestus.
I like how he hasn't even brought up the fact that like I'm the aggro master, and he's just. I actually really like the build minus the Triff and the Volcanic Forge.
Yeah, I mean the Volcanic Forges are okay for the early Valkyrie stuff.
Oh
Um,
no, there's Valkyries. Yeah, yeah, that makes
so
sense.
that's why I don't mind having the Volcanic Forge. And Volcanic Forge also mid to late game is Kindleo fodder for next thing, so I don't hate the forges. I think
Sure, sure, sure.
this deck is honestly for your first attempt, Mula, is a very solid deck. We changed 3 cards, and now we
Thank
just
you.
the next thing though is looking at your spear deck, and I'm so afraid to look in this thing because the hardest
Yeah.
part of building
Yeah,
any
you ran
deck,
out of fire, and that's why I'm like.
the
Yeah, I feel like I
hard.
put too much of like the earth and like the thunder element, where
So
my fire becomes completely
Yeah,
useless
you're
by the end
so I'm
game.
gonna tell you what I think with this deck setup, what your spirit should be looking like, and then we'll see what. So we added some Thunderbolts
Okay.
of Zeus's, so there might be less lightning than I would want, but with this setup, I would say probably 4 thunder, like 4 Zaptors,
Sorbet. You can
2
go to the Briefing Room 4,
Teratlus,
and I'll answer your question.
and the rest being fire.
You can go to Briefing
Damn.
Room 4, and I'll answer your
So
question,
let's
Sorbet.
see what we have. You have way too many Teratlus.
Way too many.
So you are unlikely to draw all 3 pandas, and they're your only Earth card. You only
Okay.
really need 1 or 2 Teratlus. I'm saying 2 because there is the off chance that you draw the second Teratlus early before you can Ambrosia the Teratlus back.
Okay.
So I
Okay.
would cut out Teratlus,
Yeah, because I
Teratlus
never actually thought about that. Like the chances of you actually going through your entire deck is really, really rare. So having those
yes.
like Teratlus in there is kind of just filling up space that you don't need.
And then yeah, so then again here we have less Zaptor than I'd like, but we just put in more Zeuses, so let's
So I'm guessing you would replace the Teratlus that
with
you're taking out
Zaptor.
with the Zapdos.
So that's 6 here. That might be a little high. I think we might want to actually run 5 Zaptor, but at the same
Okay,
time,
5.
yeah, you know what? I think we're running 5. Actually, no, we can run
Okay.
4. I think I said 4 originally. That
Or
gives us enough to play the aggro Thunderbolt of Zeus and a Boombat, or 2 Thunderbolts of Zeus if we draw them, or the 2 Boombats and a Thunderbolt if we do that as well. So I think
I'd say
4
5
Okay,
is.
is
sweet.
more than enough there. So let's.
I'd say 5 for a safety net.
But he has the Ambrosia Pandison stuff, so he has a chance of
That's
pulling him
fair.
back.
That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair.
So I think this list might be a little bit more focused. What do you think, Johnny?
I think that you should take out Triff. As much as I love him, I feel like it's going to hinder your deck. You're going to top deck into it, and it's going to be a big feels bad moment.
I mean,
Okay.
that's also an opinion. That's up to you. It is your deck, Mula. What would you want to do?
Yeah.
Hey, editing words here quick. I can't stress this enough. I don't know how far I make the point in the video clear, but when you're building a deck, build the deck to what you want it to be. You don't need to build a competitive deck. You want to build a focus deck, or maybe you just want to build a deck where you want to play cards, but play what you want. If you want to play Trifernal, play Trifernal. If you want to play Centaur, play Centaur. If you want to rush Stratamoth every game, go to rush Stratamoth every game. Just enjoy the game and have fun. And yeah, if you want to run one of something or 2 of something just because they're your favorite card and it doesn't make sense, if it's fun, do it. Enjoy the game. Uh, you might not win as much by doing something weird and awkward and janky, but when you do get those wins out with your favorite card, it's going to feel great. So yeah, do what you want. Enjoy the game. Back to the video. Sorry.
I'm here to learn. So you guys are the masters when it comes to like the actual comp play.
I mean, but
Okay.
here's the thing. So again, I like my meme decks, but I'm also trying to build a deck.
Yeah,
So if you
if you're
want
running a
Trifernal because Trifernal is a fun card, play the one Trifernal. You might
yeah,
need it. You might want to drop it out because if you're playing against someone who's playing like Wind, Trifernal kills almost every single creature that Wind plays,
are you trying to
which
Yeah.
build
is
a
fun.
competitive are you trying to build a competitive deck, or are you here to just play?
Right now, I just kind of threw this deck together to play with friends and family.
Oh yeah, then
If
you
I'm being
gotta.
I mean,
completely honest,
honestly,
I've played like 6 or 7 games, and I actually haven't even used Trifernal
honestly,
once.
what we have right
Yeah.
here is probably a solid B.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This isn't a
Like,
deck that you're gonna go take to like an event and like win, but like I mean this is a good deck to just
I mean,
play.
this is a deck that can win. It's just not like I mean, the optimal aggro deck so far we've seen is likely not the attack aggro deck, but this deck has almost the OTK strategy in it with the Blazarus and Thunderbolts.
Yeah, no,
Hmm.
I'm kind of tripped up. You're not gonna hear me talk trash about 3 costs for anytime soon because I just watched somebody play Umvirial on turn 2, so I'm not. You're
Yeah.
not gonna.
No, and
I,
again, Trifernal is fine as a one of because you're likely not to draw it, and it could in some matchups be your win condition to win more. So I don't
yeah,
mind it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and we added the Kindleo. So now
Hmm.
let's start talking about curve before we just like ship the deck. So for one
Yeah.
drops we have 3 Necruff, 3 Valkyries for 6, 2 Boombats for
Yeah.
8, 3 Kinleo for 11,
I would only talk about
three
permanent curve. I wouldn't
Pandasins
talk
for
about
14, which is a little low feeling actually.
that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we could drop a Hephaestus for
Yeah, we can keep it to
something. We can
Hephaestus.
drop. Honestly, we could probably drop a Hephaestus and a Nog, and
Okay.
potentially get some other
that's not
fire
Pog.
one drops. What?
That's not Pog. That's not Pog.
Yeah.
Don't switch off.
So,
No, three Pog.
do you think he needs a 3 in this deck?
Yes, aggro. Yeah,
Okay.
aggro. You're gonna need 3. You're
So
gonna
I
need
think he
3.
needs at
I'll
least
be
two
able to.
more one drops. What else? Oh, you know what? We could probably drop one Volcanic Forge and keep the one up as a
Yeah.
stadium removal and a potential Nexus target for Kindleo.
Run Warmite for removal.
I was thinking the Wormite.
Yeah, run Warmite for
Yeah, I
removal. At least
saw
a 2 of.
Warmite, and then I was just like, you know what? I'm just gonna.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I think 2 Wormite is
No, 2 Warmite,
yeah.
Warmite's super powerful. You're like any time that you look at the board, you can almost always out anything you're facing with Warmite.
Yeah, because he's effectively like on your turn a 7 attacker with his -4 ability.
I don't think Cinder is good here, man. I don't think Cinder. As much as I want to say like
What?
Cinder is a good
Who brought
card, I
up?
don't think
Oh,
so. Oh yeah. You still have Sorbet
I
muted.
have some people muted. My bad, guys. Sorry, I have to be muted because I'm trying not to make this an editing nightmare because I'm probably gonna
Yeah,
tag
no,
this at the end of something.
yeah. Like I said, Sorbet. Whenever he records, he mutes everybody else in the call except for the person he's playing against. So it's nothing against you.
No, I'm just his favorite. No.
Yeah, so I think that is a reasonable deck to run.
He just knows that
Awesome. Thank you, man.
he just knows that
Hold
he
on.
doesn't have to mute me. So
All right. So sorry. Let me just resave this deck now.
Whoops, I did not mean to. Hold on, let me split this deck into two. I just accidentally doubled the deck instead of doubling a 1 Vipyro. Yes, that should be correct. 4, 2, and the rest. Yep. So what you can do is if you
Okay.
highlight both decks, you can save both decks at the same time.
Oh, really?
So
Okay.
yeah, if you
I'll do
click
that.
and drag over both decks and then right click one and hit save object, you'll get both decks at the same time saved.